I didn't think I could do this. Not YouTube, not the tech, not any of it. I was 55. I avoided anything with a learning curve. And I handed my phone to my daughter every time I got a new one. So when people say anyone can start a YouTube channel, I didn't believe them because they weren't talking to where I actually was. So I want to answer this question honestly, not the way most YouTube advice videos answer it, with highlight reels and subscriber counts and if I can do it, you can do it energy. But honestly, with the real numbers, the real struggles, and the real answer that I wish someone had given me before I started. Because when I typed this exact question into YouTube about 8 months ago, can someone my age actually grow on YouTube? Every video I found gave me the same polished answer. Yes, absolutely. Here are 5 reasons you have an advantage. And I didn't believe any of them. Not because they were wrong, but because they didn't feel true to where I actually was. They were talking to someone who was almost ready. I was someone who was genuinely terrified. So this video is for that person, the one who is genuinely terrified, the one who isn't sure this is even possible, the one who keeps asking the question because the answers they found haven't quite landed yet. I'm going to give you my honest answer by telling you the truth about what this has actually looked like from the inside. Let's start with where I was when I began. I was 55. I had no tech skills, and I mean that literally. I handed my phone to my daughter every time I got a new one because I didn't want to figure out how to set it up. I avoided anything with a learning curve because I didn't want to feel stupid, and I had never made a video in my life. But more than the tech stuff, and this is the part that's harder to admit, I had 3 things holding me back that had nothing to do with technology at all. The first one was that feeling that it was too late, that there was a window for starting something new and I had probably missed it. That the people building YouTube channels were younger, faster, already ahead, and that trying to start now would just be embarrassing. The second one was feeling invisible, like technology had moved on without me, and I was on the wrong side of a gap I didn't know how to cross. Every time I tried to learn something new, I felt that gap widen, and eventually I stopped trying. The third one was the quietest and hardest. I didn't believe anyone would care what I had to say. I wasn't an expert. I wasn't young. I wasn't funny or technically brilliant or particularly polished. I was just a regular person in her mid-50s trying to figure things out. Why would anyone watch that? That was the real question underneath the question. Not can a 55-year-old grow on YouTube, but can someone like me, someone ordinary, someone who isn't sure she has anything worth saying? I think that's the question a lot of you are actually asking. So let me answer that one. Here's what I know now that I didn't know then. The people watching YouTube aren't mostly looking for experts. They're looking for someone they trust. And trust doesn't come from credentials. It doesn't come from production quality or subscriber counts or years of experience. It comes from one thing, feeling like the person on screen is being real with you. Your viewer, the one who is going to find your channel, watch 3 videos in a row and subscribe, is not looking for someone who has everything figured out. They're looking for someone who is figuring it out and telling the truth about what it feels like. That person at 55, with everything you've been through, with the perspective you've earned from living this long, that person is you, not despite your age, because of it. You have something that almost no young creator has. You failed at things and kept going. You've had to start over more than once. You know what it feels like to do hard things without being sure that they'll work out. And you do them anyway. That's not a small thing on YouTube. That's the whole thing. But let me be honest about the tech. This is the part that almost made me quit. I said this video would be honest, and that part wasn't easy. When I started, I didn't know what a thumbnail was. I didn't know what SEO meant. I had to Google what CapCut was. I filmed my first video on my phone and I didn't even clean the lens first. I uploaded video and didn't realize that I'd left it set for private for 3 days. Learning the tools was the hardest part for me. Not because tools are complicated, but because every new thing felt like too much. Every new tool felt like confirmation of the gap. And every time I had to look something up, I felt a little more behind. Here's what I want to tell you about that. The gap closes, not all at once. But every small thing you figure out, every tool you learn, every mistake that you make and fix closes the gap a little more. I used to hand my phone to my daughter to set up. Now I run a YouTube channel from that phone. That didn't happen because I'm particularly talented at technology. It happened because I stopped waiting until I understood everything before I started anything. You don't have to know everything before you begin. You just have to be willing to figure things out as you go, one small thing at a time. Now let's talk about the actual answer to the question. Can a 55-year-old with no tech skills actually grow on YouTube? Yeah. And here's what I mean by that and what I don't mean. I don't mean it's fast. My growth has been slow. I'm not going to show you some big jump where everything suddenly takes off and tell you that's what's waiting for you. It might not be, at least not at first. What it has looked like is small steps that didn't seem like much at the time. And then one day you look back and realize you're not where you started. That the numbers that matter, not just views, but the right views, the people who actually needed to find me, those have grown consistently over time in a way that I can see when I look back even 6 months. I mean that 3 of my videos have crossed 2,000 views. One of them crossed 3,000. And that video, the one that started slowly and then kept climbing for over 100 days, is still growing right now. Not because I went viral, because I made something that the right people kept finding. I get comments now that stop me mid-scroll from women my age that say things like, this is the first time I felt like someone on YouTube was actually talking to me, not at me, to me. That's growth. Not always the kind YouTube Studio measures, but the kind that tells you you're building something real. Here's what I've learned about how growth actually works at this stage of life and at this stage of a channel. It's not about going viral. It's about being findable by the right people over and over again. Every video you make is a door that a specific person can walk through when they're ready. Some doors get walked through immediately. Some get walked through 6 months later when YouTube decides to recommend it to someone who needed it. Your job isn't to make a video that everyone wants to watch. Your job is to make videos that the right person desperately needs to find. And here's the thing about being 55 with no tech skills, starting a YouTube channel. There are a lot of people out there who are exactly that, who are wondering exactly what you're wondering, who are terrified of exactly what you're terrified of. Those people are searching for you right now. They just don't know your name yet. I want to talk about what actually makes a channel grow, not the tactics. There's plenty of that advice out there. I mean the underlying things that matter more than any strategy. The first one is showing up consistently, not posting every day, not following a rigid schedule, just not disappearing, making the next video even when the last one didn't perform the way you hoped, even when you watch it back and cringe, even when the view count sits at 12 for a week and you wonder why you're even doing this. The channels that grow are not always the most talented ones. They're the ones that kept going when it would have been easier to stop. The second one is being honest, not performing honestly, actually being honest. Saying the uncomfortable truth instead of the polished, safe thing. Talking about what you don't know as readily as you talk about what you do. Letting people see the learning, not just the having learned. Your audience can feel the difference, and they stay for the honesty in a way they never stay for the polish. The third one is trusting that your specific perspective has value, not a generic over 50 perspective. Yours, the specific combination of things you've been through, things you care about, ways you see the world. Nobody else on YouTube has exactly that. And somewhere out there are people who need exactly that, who will find one of your videos and feel something shift because you said the thing they needed to hear in the way only you could say it. That's not a small thing. That's the whole point. And I want to be real with you about the hard part because this video wouldn't be honest without it. There will be weeks where nothing seems to be working, where you post something you're proud of and it gets 40 views, where you watch a creator who started the same time as you did and has 5 times your subscribers, where the voice in your head asks, seriously, what are you doing? Who do you think you are? Is this even worth it? That voice doesn't go away. I still hear it. What changes is what you do with it. I've learned to treat it like weather. It comes. I notice it. I don't let it make decisions for me. And then I open my laptop and work on the next video. Because here's the thing about that voice. It's loudest right before something clicks. In my experience, the moments of deepest doubt have almost always come just before something shifted. A video that found its audience, a comment that made me catch my breath, a number that finally moved. You don't grow through YouTube, you grow alongside it. And the growth that happens in you, in your confidence, your clarity, your willingness to be seen, that's happening even on the weeks when the analytics look flat. So here's my honest answer, the complete version. Can a 55-year-old with no tech skills actually grow on YouTube? Yeah, if you define growth the way I've come to define it, not overnight, not in a straight line, not by going viral or cracking the algorithm or following a formula someone else built, but by showing up, by being honest, by making videos for the specific people who need exactly what you have to say, by learning the tools one at a time without waiting until you know all of them, by pressing record even when you're not ready, by posting even when it isn't perfect, and by measuring your progress, not just in views and subscribers, but in who you're becoming while you do it. I started this channel afraid of technology, afraid it was too late, afraid nobody would care. I still have those fears sometimes, but I also have a channel and videos that found people who needed them, and comments that remind me why I started, and a version of myself that I didn't know was possible 8 months ago. That's growth, and it's available to you too. Not because I'm special, because I started and kept going, and so can you. If you're sitting with that question and this helped it feel a little more answerable, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Tell me where you are right now. Are you thinking about starting? Have you already started and wondering if it's worth continuing? Somewhere in between, I read every single comment, and I want to know because I have a feeling you're closer than you think. I'll see you in the next one.